Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is. We are back again, and it's time for the Tuesday Banger. It's time for the Tuesday Banger, y'all. That's a lot. It's time for the Tuesday Banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start my videos, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. I have no problem doing these things, man. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I have no problem doing these things. I only ask one thing from y'all, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way. That's it, man. I want y'all to stay out the way because it's like, what else you gonna do, man? It's either you staying out the way or you someone out there just keep breaking the law. Now, I'm not saying that crime has an age limit to it, man, but like a lot of you dudes out there with kids, I don't have kids, man, but I be seeing a lot of you dudes out here with kids. Y'all be out here running around doing whatever y'all want to do, keep making more kids, and it's like, you don't care about what you're gonna do. You don't care about what's gonna happen to you for these risks you taking, man. You taking these major risks out here, and you got a chance of leaving your kids out here, man, with no father, man. Then the cycle gonna continue. That's why we grow up with maniacs. It be maniac after maniac just growing up because we not stopping the cycle, man. We gotta stay out here and be fathers, man. That's all we gotta do is just stay out here and raise the kids, man. Like, we're not saying every raising is gonna be perfect. And it's gonna be trials and tribulations through everybody getting trying to raise somebody, man. But at the same time, they can see a father figure, man, that they see that's doing stuff legit in their face, man, that's surviving legit, man. They will respect it more, man. The YNs, the young dudes, whatever y'all want to call it, they will respect more dudes that they see that's surviving legit way, man. They think it's no other way but to just run around and act like this Grand Theft Auto, man. That's what they really think. They think there's no other way except to just wild out, man. I'm letting y'all know that's not the only option, man. That's not the only option, man. You winning period if you're not in jail. And that's what they don't know yet because a lot of them haven't been there yet, man. So, like, whatever you doing out here, man, we got to do better because we got kids that's suffering in the process, man. So we just got to help these kids by staying out here and not keep getting locked up, man, because they must see better examples in their face in real time, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is. This is a Tuesday Banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one. Like, share, and subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called Paying for Silence. Part 1. Crazy story right here, man, but y'all already know. I already be telling y'all, man, how dudes be always thinking stuff gonna be secrets, man. And I'm telling y'all, it's been so many times that I have ran across dudes or I have seen dudes just put people on blast, man, because that's what people do in penitentiary, man. I told y'all there's nothing else for nobody to do except just be petty, man. Like, it's just a world full of petty people, man, waiting to just expose, find out, do things, violence, all the whole nine. That's what prison is, man. So ain't really no secrets that, you know, nobody's really not gonna find out, man, when it comes to being locked up. It's hard to hide things, man. Stuff always comes to light. That's just how it go, y'all. So with that being said, we are on Susses 2 on this one starting off. We on Susses 2. I can remember kind of like in the beginning on this, y'all, man. And it was a lot of dudes that I encountered. It was a lot of dudes that I had met. Now, when they finally put us in 2C, like, it was a few dudes that I had met in there that wasn't on 4 building side with us when they moved us to 2 building. Now, they started bringing a lot of people in from other camps, like I told y'all. Like, a lot of people just started coming in from other camps. So once they filled up 2C, right where we was going at and right where we was at, like, we got familiar with all those people, man. So a lot of the dudes that they moved in our block, like the guys that were my age, I kind of got cool with. Now, this particular dude I'm going to talk about, man, I'm not going to say his city or I'm not going to say his name. Y'all know the count, man. We're going to call him now Locke. Locke was a dude, man. Like when I first met him in our pod, like when they finally let us out, like everybody kind of like he was one of those dudes that everybody kind of got to know fast because he was good at two things. He was good at rapping and he was good at playing basketball. Now, when I first got to prison, like the big prison, when I'm talking about Sussex 2, and they finally let us get record on it, like I'm talking about in 2C, like rapping and basketball was a major thing. Like, y'all gotta understand, around this time, I'm not thinking about getting no la-la. I'm not thinking about getting no Hottie's chicken. I'm not thinking about doing none of this stuff right now. I'm still in young dude mode, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, so, like, it ain't nothing going on around me. Like probably the older dudes that probably already got in their mind that you gotta have motion in the prison. Like, but everybody else that was my age bracket, we was still running around like young dudes, man, rapping, just balling, like sports, doing anything, like just wilding out, basically, man. So, like, I was trying to figure everything out. Now, the dude Locke was the city that he was from. He's from Tidewater. I ain't gonna lie, he's from Tidewater, but the city he was from, it was one of them known cities. It was a known city that a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like, they got a lot of dudes that's locked up, just like Norfolk and all that. So, like, he was the type of dude, like, because I told y'all, because he know how to ball real good and he rap. Like, you know, he became popular in our block fast. But still, though, I wouldn't label him as like a dude that was like, you know, like loud, boisterous, like, you know what I mean? He still kind of like floated under the radar. Now, Locke was already locked up before us. Like, he was young like us, but he was locked up like already at them levels for us, and they brought him down to Sussex 2 like everybody else. So he already had a little bit of experience of the other spots, you know what I mean? So, like, he was already in prison mode. But at the same time, though, like, I had a few conversations with him. Like, me and him used to talk because for real, we used to really argue about sports because I used to like the Spurs. He used to like the Dallas Mavericks. Now, they always was rivals. So by the time we got to 2C, y'all know I'm a Tim Duncan fan, like Tony Parker, like I'm talking my junk. He used to talk his junk. We used to be at the TV because we used to stay meeting up in the playoffs. So me and him kind of had like a sports friendship. We never really kicked it outside of being out in the pod, talking junk, we'll speak, you know what I mean, dap each other up from time to time. We knew each other because we started off in that pod. Now, it was a lot of people in there. He wasn't even from the town, but it was a lot of people in there that, you know, that I knew, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's like when you around these dudes from the beginning and the years go on, there's always some crazy stuff, man. That's just how I go. Now, the whole time Locke was in there, like I told you, all he used to do was ball, or he'll be rapping, or he'll be in the pod playing spades, staying out the way. He didn't really do much. He didn't work out. He didn't do nothing, man. Locke was like a brown-skinned slim dude, man. I'll give him like a little brown-skinned slim dude about my height. You know, he didn't look like he was no threat. You know what I mean? He didn't look like no lame dude or nothing, but he just kind of really flew under the radar being popular in the pod. So I'll say probably about a month later, us running around in the pod, they end up bringing a lot of new people up there. Like, Sussex was like a hub, man. I'm telling y'all, ask anybody that was locked up with me back then, man. Like, they was just like, anybody that was like trying to get closer to Richmond or Tidewater, which was a lot of inmates, because that's a lot of inmates that's in prison, in the prison system in Virginia. Like, they was coming to Sussex because Sussex was close to both. It was really close to Richmond, but it still wasn't far from Tidewater. So, like, a lot of people wanted to come to this new prison. So they was just bringing all type of new people up there. So I can remember this one dude they brought up there, man. And like, when he got up there, like, I seen how the old heads in my pod, how they was moving. Like, y'all already know the old heads that's in my pod, like, they already been to Augusta and they already been to like all the other spots, you know what I mean? Then they came to Sussex. So, like, they already experienced of dealing with boys, you know what I mean? Like, regardless if they shake, rattling, and rolling or not, like, they gonna be social with them. They know them, like, and that was something that I had to get used to, pause. Like, not only like get used to it like that, but like I saw what they did, and like a lot of them shake, rattle, and roll, and a lot of them didn't, but they still was just social with the boys, man. So I saw like, okay, you can't be like super like you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with them, period. Like, it can't be like that, you know what I mean? Because you probably will, you know what I mean, go look for trouble somehow, like with their boyfriends or they'll, either way, you're not trying to get into it with them, man. But they brought this one dude up there, man, and his name was Lemonhead, man. Pause, man. And like, when I heard that name, y'all, like that name kind of threw me off. Now, for real, like, I don't know if it was a name that they was joking him, but that's what I heard. Like, when we was on the yard, I can remember being on the yard, man. I can just see all the old heads at the gate. And then I looked up and I seen bro at the gate. I seen Locke at the gate. Now, Locke being at the gate, it didn't give me signs of he's going to shake, rattle, and roll. But the boy is on the big yard. We're on yard 2. They on the yard across from us. But we're like on this part of the yard, but we can see the yard over there, the big yard. So we see everybody on the fence congregate. Old head's like, man, that's crazy, man. You got Lemonhead up here. Lemon head up here, y'all. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Lemon head up here, man. They were like, good old lemon head. I kept hearing the old head say that. Good old lemon head. Old lemon head. I'm like, lemon head. Like, to hear that name, like that kind of like, it didn't scare me. But still though, I'm like, yo, like this is prison. This is prison. This is the real yard. This is the things that I'm going to have to go through. These are the things that I'm going to have to see, y'all. So boom. I saw it, man. They called the man lemon head. Pause. I was like, this is nuts. So I look, I see Locke. Locke at the gate talking to him, screaming over there like everybody else too. But it didn't look like nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Like I told you, these guys are already specialized in being social with the boys. So they ain't tripping. They don't care what the young boys think. They looking like we got to do our bid one way or the other. Young boys they gonna be in opposition one time before, you know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna shake, rattle, and roll like y'all either, man. That's what I was saying. But at the end of the day, man, like this is what they doing right in front of us. So they talk to the boy, you know what I mean? The boy wait for them. I get a good look at the boy. The boy, kind of a light-skinned dude. He looked like he was probably like in his 30s. He used to wear glasses. He had waves, you know what I mean? He looked like a regular dude. You could tell that he was, you know what I mean? But he didn't really look like a super flamboyant guy like that. So I gave it about 2 weeks. Now, he wasn't even in our building. He was in one building. I gave it about 2 weeks, man. So it was already like transitioning to getting warm around this time. Now it's like April because I got there in March. We've been locked down. So it's probably about May now. It's about May. So it's about May and it's getting warm out there. So we got the rec. So when we go outside for rec, I look, this man on the yard, man, this man, I don't know where he get biker shorts from, y'all. Pause, man. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know where this man gets some biker shorts from, but he had on biker shorts and he's walking around the big yard, man. It was crazy. But like I say, like around that time, that's when you started seeing him coming out. Man had to make up everything. I said, man, dude, like a lemon head in the face, man. I'm like, this joke crazy, but this is the stuff we got to deal with, like I told y'all, man. So I'll say probably about like another week, maybe another week or so of this. We was going to Child. So when we going to Child one day, like we seen the dude Lemonhead. He kind of like was stalling from coming back from his pod. So he stopped to talk to the watch office. Now we coming out the Child hall. The dude Locke, that's my age that we know. We about to come out the Child hall, but I noticed he was trying to get out a little faster. So he got out. So by the time I come out, we usually go the long way if there's another pod coming, but I think we was last. So they let us just go straight back to the 2 building side, like just the way we came. So we walking past the watch office, and when we got past the watch office, I look, and you just seen Lemonhead come out the office. He was like, and he blended in with us perfect. He was like, he got in the line with us, and he just started walking back with us, and I look, I seen Locke. Locke was like, what you doing in our line? What you doing in our line? You weren't supposed to be. He was like, stop putting me on blast. He did like a little rap, stop putting me on blast. So Locke walking with him, but like, it don't look obvious because whatever he's sneaking to do, I don't know. Like sometimes people do this if they chasing, they trying to find a la-la, they trying to find all this chicken, the dog food, whatever. Like dudes, you know what I mean? Dudes will find a way to blend in if they have to, man. Like even if it's for violence, like you'll see it. So like it didn't look crazy what he was doing because the old heads kind of semi talking to him too. So I went on and went upstairs. I didn't pay no attention. I went on and went upstairs, man, and I didn't know what was going on after that. He didn't come in our pod, but like just witnessing all of this, man, like it's a real welcome to prison type of situation, man. Like, you know what I mean? The story is nuts because it's one of them things that you'll just be like, man, like it's like for real, like you see and you don't see, man. You know what I mean? But you have to see what's going on in front of your eyes, man. And like that's how I carried it. Like it was just a lot of spooky stuff that I saw in the early stages of my bid on Sussex, man. So like seeing Locke talk to him, you know what I mean? But the old heads talking to him too, there was no way that I could come up and say that Locke was gonna end up shake, rattling, and rolling, y'all. So boom. So Locke still was being regular Locke, man. So all we did, they used to ball. I stopped balling after a while, but like dudes used to rap all day and just chill and just, you know what I mean, trying to chase the la-la, just stay out of the way. That's all we was doing. So the whole time, like, you know, Locke was like, he with him being himself, he still was kind of like a real quiet dude though. Like he was a quiet dude and, you know, like he didn't change and they ended up bringing another boy into our pod. And when that boy came into our pod, I didn't see Locke like act like he was intrigued, you know what I mean, to be messing with the boy, man. Like I ain't see it, man. But at the same time though, like I kind of felt like he did back in the day. Now, the reason why I say that, like, he will always talk to the boy at times, like, he might see the boy on this yard, they talking. Like, they never was alone talking, unless it was that time after Child that I didn't pin. But everybody see what they see. that's just how it goes in there, man. So like, I never blamed or try to put anything on Lock. I never done that. I never looked at him no different than nothing. Me and him done been spade partners a couple times. Like, I done had conversations with him about the sports, about the rap. Like, I knew who he was, you know what I mean? So like, it was never nothing to even accuse him of around this time, y'all. Like, so he was just in a predicament where he just was somebody that always just liked to talk to the boy, y'all. So boom. Now, I'll say probably about a month go by. A little bit of time go on now, you know what I mean? Summer almost about over with. And we in the pod chilling. And this is like one of them days kind of like, you know, where they got like programming going on and dudes going this way, and they had stuff going on in the gym, and this was going on, and it was canteen about to pop off, and they was passing out downstairs. It just was one of them days when there was a lot going on in our building, you know what I mean? But around this time, the compound is sweet though. This is in the beginning, so the compound is done sweet, but it's a lot going on in our building, man. There's like a lot of people moving around, and it's a lot of people doing this, and there's a lot of people doing that. So I can remember, man, like I didn't even pay no attention till it was lockdown time. Now we was about to lock down, and all I know is we was about to lock down. I'm in cell 34, you know what I mean? So I'm all the way in the back corner, so we about to lock down. So everybody getting their stuff, we locking down. I look, I seen two COs come in that wasn't our floor officer. Our floor officer was already in the pod. But when I seen the two COs come in, they just came in and stood in the pod, and they was just looking around. And then I guess they was just waiting for lockdown to happen. So like with me being in cell 34, I can only see like a portion of the pod because I'm all the way in the back. Like really, if I look forward, I'm looking at a closet. That's why I told you I hated that cell. But like you can look from an angle and you can kind of look down, and you can look down from 34 down from the side of your door. You got that view. But you don't really have a lot of views from cell 34. But I hear the keys. I hear dudes moving around. Now Locke slept in cell 37. Now, when I hear the keys and I hear the people moving around, I seen the COs coming up the steps. So the dude in 33 was like, Ear! He hit the noise because they was already in there. We knew they was in there. But when they started coming up the steps, that's a different ball game. So somebody said, Ear! Which was the dude in 33. So I see him, I'm like, yo, the police in here. I screamed through the jump. I done started getting used to the prison stuff. I'm like, yo, the police coming up the steps. We in the back. I ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing in there that they can find. So we in the jump. We think they about to come hit us or something. Hitting back there where we at. They come in the joint. They start walking. They get up the steps. They like, they pass my cell. They hit the corner. Open up 37. You hear the joint open. The joint open up. You don't hear nothing. Joint get quiet. Next thing you know, you just see the COs coming out like this. One CO come out, the other CO had a laundry bag and a box. And got down. He dipped, went down the steps. Next thing you know, they come back up the steps. He come back out with Bro TV, you know what I mean? He bring all this stuff out. So we like, yo, after they leave, so they get all that stuff and they lock it in the office, so they leave. Dudes was like, yo, why they going cell 37? Everybody was screaming, why they going cell 37? They call Lock roommate. Hey, what's going on in there, man? Lock roommate was like, man, he heard you heard that. Like, that jump was loud. He was like, man. Dudes was like, what? We like, man, I'll holler at y'all, we come out. You know what I mean? So they counted. After they counted, they let us back out. So we come back out. Man, I promise you, man, we come back out for dinner. It's like for the dinner joint. Man, we come back out, man. They got his stuff locked in the office. I promise you, man, his roommate was like a crowd of dudes talking to his roommate. And for real, I knew, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he used to rap with us and he used to be around. I knew who he was. Like, I wasn't from his city. He wasn't from my city, but I still knew who he was. And plus, I know I'm nosy as a bitch. I pull up to the circle. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Why the police was in here? Why the police was in here? Where the fuck they going? And they was like, dude, that was talking. His celly still was talking to the nigga. I never really talked to his celly like that. You know what I mean? But he didn't look like a dude that I feel like that'll just throw a bone on somebody that would just lie. He didn't look like he was one of those type of dudes. So I back up a little bit and the dude was like, yo, you ain't gonna believe this. I'm like, what? He was like, man, say word. They caught Lock in the library, man, hitting the boy in the bathroom. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, he got caught hitting the boy in the bathroom. I'm like, hitting the boy in the bathroom? They was like, yeah, that nigga Lemonhead. They was like, they locked both of them niggas up. I'm like, man, go ahead, man. He was like, yeah. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, man, I kind of figured, man, that he was gay. I wasn't even saying shake, rattle, and roll, or none of the funny sayings, or nothing like that. Yeah, I was like, man, I had a feeling. I was like, because the reason why I say that, because the dude in the jail told me, like when you associate with them like that, he was like, a lot of them just be like, it's an association game, but a lot of them just be disguising that they really rock with these people, man. Like, and this be a matter of time before it come out. So like I didn't really, you know what I mean? I didn't understand it though, man. Like it wasn't my business. It wasn't a bad thing. Like he wasn't looked at like everybody was like, oh, that's crazy. It was just he got knocked doing the hokey pokey to that boy in that bathroom, y'all. So boom. Now it became the talk of a lot of stuff because I looked up. I seen the CEO with his stuff in the office. So everybody, he ain't letting nobody, usually you can go in there and get trash bags, request forms, little different stuff like that. He ain't letting nobody go in the office because he got bro's property in there. So the CEO right there, he's sitting in the chair, he tripping about it. He like, yeah, man. He was like, man, the CEO said, man, they was like the bathroom, like, you know, I forgot how it was when you go to the bathroom in the library, but like you gotta be careful with that though. That wasn't a good move, man. Pause. Like he was wilding with that for real. But he was like, man, whatever it was like the people said he was in the bathroom too long. So they was like, they didn't even know that the nigga Lemonhead, big head ass was down there. They was like, they didn't even know that shit. Man, they said the CEO was like, man, he opened up the door, man. That man had his pants to his ankles, putting in that work game, y'all. That's my word. I was like, what? Like, I'm hearing it like, that's just crazy, man. But like I say, this is prison. Like, this ain't nothing. Like, this is nothing, man. So from that incident right there, I never seen bro again. It was crazy. Lemonhead came back on the compound for a minute. Then I think he got knocked off boning again. You know what I mean? Then he got shipped. But bro Locke never came back on the compound, man. I don't know if he felt like he was embarrassed, like he embarrassed his city, or he embarrassed himself, or like he was scared to come out the closet. I don't know what it was. I can't guess what it was. But all I know is, man, this man never came out the hole, y'all. So boom. Fast forward to tape game, man. Fast forward to tape game. 5-6 years later almost, man. I'm on Lawrenceville. Now, y'all gotta understand, me leaving Sussex coming to Lawrenceville, it's a lot of people that was at Lawrenceville trying to be all they can be. And when I say be all you can be, it was a lot of people up there trying to like start over with what their reputation was or who they are and what they trying to, like you will see that. You will see dudes try to reset their whole life of how they was doing in prison before and come to another spot years later and try to start over in another way, trying to be a different person. That's what I call it. But I have seen and bumped into so many dudes from Sussex that I knew from Lawrence, that I saw in Lawrenceville that had skeletons in their closet. So many, y'all. So many. Y'all think I'm well, it's so many. Because dudes come up to Lawrenceville, and I told y'all they do a change of, they change. They all the way change, man. So like I told y'all, fast forward to tape game. Now I'm on Lawrenceville, man. Y'all already know they moved me into the gangland part. So now I'm in 40 building games. So like I'm scoping out the landscape. I'm seeing what's going on. What I did saw is that they got the red team and the blue team is up here super deep. That was new to me right there. It was new seeing how deep the blue team was. You know what I mean? That was new right there. I ain't even gonna lie. That was a new situation. And like, for real, I didn't even notice like the GDs was deep and the blue team was deep. Like that was new. And like coming to a new spot, like that was like something for me to experience that was new right there. Like seeing, like it was just more, it was more members than just the red members. You know what I mean? It was different. It was the blue team and it was the GD team. Like they all had their own little joints and they all had a lot of members. So when I got put inside the capital of this whole situation, which was 40 building around this time, man, I seen so many people that I knew. I seen so many people that I knew that was red team members, dudes that were blue team members, dudes that were GDs. Like I ran across everybody. Like I've been locked up a little minute now. Like I'm on my 9th year, basically. You know what I mean? I'm on year number 9. It took me a minute. It took me from 04 to 09 to get off Sussex. You know what I mean? But y'all already know I was locked up 2 years prior before that. So, you know what I mean? I'm on year number 9. I'm on year number 9. It's 2009 around this time. So it's like, I see a lot of dudes. I'm recognizing dudes. I'm seeing a lot of dudes. But it was crazy because my roommate, when they put me in the cell, when I first got to Lawrenceville, they put me in the cell with the leader of the red team. Now, I knew him. Me and him was cool, but I wasn't going to stay in the room with him. If you watch my stories, you know what I'm talking about. Now, me and him was cool. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be in the red team, bro. I'm at Lawrenceville. I'm enjoying myself. The first month or so was fun. You know what I mean? A couple of weeks in the cell with bro was fun. You know what I mean? Because bro had the key to the city. My cellie had the key to the city. He did what he wanted to do. And he was brought to that building for he can keep the red team in line. So I'm in the cell chilling one day. And he tell me about everything. He run the whole play down what's going on. I can remember, man, the man told me to come over. He was telling me about his homeboys because this is when I first seen the dude. Now, he was telling me about his homeboys that got the work, that be getting the work from Petersburg that was in the pod across the hall, which was the big pods, 42 pod. But I be telling y'all the honor pods, that wasn't no honor pod. That was just a regular psycho pod. So 42 pod was where all the blue team and the red team, they was all in there. They put them all in there on purpose. So they all in there. So my roommate sent a message for me to come over there. So I go over there. So I'm like, yo, I didn't even know I could 229. I wasn't even 229 yet. I promise you, I go over there. I shoot over there. As I'm walking in the pod, I look. I see a bunch of, they don't got colors, but I see a bunch of dudes that don't look familiar. And they look kind of like they will probably be Crips. Like, no offense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Virginia, it's a little different. You know what I mean? But like, I think I seen a white dude or two or something like that. But either way, they just look like they probably was a different set than the red set. You know what I mean? So I see all of them. And then I see a dude, his back turned, and he kind of like, he talking, he doing the talking. And there's another dude, light-skinned dude, he right there, and he talking. And as I'm walking, I'm just like, I'm walking slow. And I walk right past him because the young boy came and got me to take me to my roommate at upstairs, like straight upstairs by the handicap. So I walk right past him. I'm like, I look. And then he's talking. He looked back. He was like, and then I saw his face. And I was like, and I didn't want to look too hard. And I just went up the steps. Me and the young boy go up the steps. I shoot in the room. My roommate handling my business. So after we leave from doing that, because he brought me over there to use the jack because I had just got there. So after we finished doing that, we shoot back to the cell. So it was about to be locked down. So I said, yo, man, who was the dude? Who was the dude that was, you know what I mean? Who was the dude that was down there, bro? That, you know what I mean? I said, like, he was handing me. He was like, oh, you talk about he was like, I ain't gonna say it. He said something else. He was like, oh, you talk about the blue team member. I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh yeah, that's such and such, man. He was like, yeah, that's Locker, man. I was like, Locker? He was like, yeah, they call him Locker now. Like he had his name, but he just put a little extra on his name from when I know him. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I know him from Lock. Of course, Lock wasn't his name, but whatever his name was, he put extra on it like Locker. So he was like, yeah, that's Locker. I'm like, Locker? He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, I know Lock. I don't know no Locker. He was like, well, I don't know no Lock. I said, bro, you don't remember him? I said, no, you probably don't remember him on Sussex because my roommate, I met him like in 05 in 3D, all my 3D days. That's when I met my roommate that I'm in the cell with now. So he was like, no, he don't know him. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man. Like, it was like that New Jack City joint, man. The light-skinned dude, the educated brother from the back. And he was like, yo, Keish, man. The dude looked mad familiar. He looked mad familiar, but I'm like, his name Locker. You know what I mean? I don't know if he changed his name or not. Y'all, so boom. I ain't paying no mind. So we go to Child. We go to dinner. We coming back from dinner, man. As we coming back from dinner, I look. It's a group of dudes. It's the same dudes. I see him. This time he see me. He was like, he did a little look like, he done got a little bigger. You know what I mean? He ain't as skinny as he used to be. He see me, he like, hey, your name T White? I'm like, yeah. I was like, your name? He was like, yeah, Lock. He said, but I noticed how low he said. He was like, yeah, Lock. He was like, yeah, well, look, though, Locker. I was like, oh, you with the blue team? He was like, yeah. He was like, look. He was like, hold on, y'all. When he said that, you just seen it was like 5 dudes. You just seen all of them slow down. Like, they was like walking a little bit in front of him. And me and him was conversating, but like you just seen all of them slow down. They were like, they all slow down. Everybody stopped, they walk, everybody looking. He was like, yeah, hey, look. He was like, man, he was like, yeah, look, man. I thought that was you, man. He was like, you came in the pod yesterday. I was like, yeah, man. He was like, I thought that was you when you came in the pod, man. I was like, yeah, I thought that was you too, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. I was like, man, I ain't seen you, man, since, you know what I mean? And we wanted to take back slightly, man. Like, it was crazy, y'all. I left this out, pardon me, man, but when he had went to the hole before he got transferred, man, like I can remember the first day that we went to Child and we went the long way back and they had him in cell 4, which was right there on the boulevard of when we coming back from the Child hall, you can talk to them in the window. Like the window is like from out that door is at, that's where the window is at. Like right there where the wall is at. That's how far, we just can't walk in the grass and touch the window, but they can yell through the window, everything. So we went to Child, man, I promise you, man, we going to Child. Dudes come back, they're like, man, a lot what happened, man? He was like, they trying to lie on me, right? They say I was, he had to scream. He was like, they say I was in there hitting the board. Dudes was like, yeah, they say. He was like, man, what you say? Man, he was like, they said I was hitting the board. He had to keep screaming that joint. I just remember coming from Child and looking out like through the window and he made eye contact with me like, then he moved his eyes and kept talking to the dude he was talking to. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the charge. They lying. The old head, no, they can't. Old head was like, so why was he in the bathroom? And he was like, he was stuck. He was like, man, I'm gonna beat the charge, right? That's all he kept saying. I just kept walking, man, because I knew he was guilty, man. So now seeing him now, like it was crazy. So he was like, yeah. I was like, bro, I ain't seen you, bro, since, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, that's wild, man. He was like, that joint, wow. I said, yo, bro, like, I said, you know, everybody, but I said, I know that joint old, bro, because it was old. Like 5 years later type stuff is old, y'all. I ain't even gonna, that joint was old, man. I was like, yo, bro, you know. I was like, bro, you know, man. I was like, bro, that joke was crazy. Everybody was saying you know what I mean? I'm talking low though. I'm like, you know, everybody's saying, bro, you was shake rolling, bro, with lemon head, big head ass, bro. He was like, man, nah, lemon head, man, we just cool. We was just cool, but like that. But like for real, that was the old me though, bro. I done been in the hole for 3 years, bro. I met one of the top big homies from the Hoover set, bro. So like I bang that. That's what I bang that. So I'm like, this joke crazy. So he like, yeah, he was like, that was a long time ago though, man. He was like, yeah, though, man. He was like, who, like, he tried to change the subject. Like, what them callers still up there? I was like, yeah, they still up there. He was like, yeah, though, man. I was the old me though, man. I ain't into that like that no more though, man. He was like, man, but look, for real though, man. He was like you though, man. He was like, I was like, what? He was like, I mean, we cool. Like, you know, like, just chill, bro. I'm gonna kick it with you, bro. So he slid. So when he slid, I see my man pull up. And I'm in the pod where he like, you know him. I'm like, yeah, I was on Sussex too, bro, man. I was like, yeah, bro, like that joke crazy, man. He was like, yeah, bro running the Hoovers, bro. Like he running them niggas, bro. Like he on top. Like he one of the dudes that just got up here. He like, you know what I mean? He was like, bro, he running them dudes, bro. Like he one of the top dogs, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, all right, bro. I was like, that joke crazy, man. He was like, why? I said, man, shh. I said, bro got caught shake, rattling, and rolling in the library.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.